It's a really interesting time to be a Chicago Bulls fan right now because the season ended in April after a play-in spanking by the Miami Heat, and everybody was out on this team. And somehow, throughout the offseason, now I'm seeing a lot of Bulls fans that are very optimistic about this team. I'm seeing a lot of top six in the East buzz. We're going to surprise people buzz. Coby White All-Star buzz, Modest Buzelis Most Improved Player buzz. I'm seeing a lot of optimism out of the fan base, and I don't understand it because me personally, I can't forget about what I saw in that April game. I can't forget about how that game exposed so many weaknesses of this roster, and the Bulls did absolutely nothing to address those weaknesses over the offseason. Really, the only move they made was trading Lonzo Ball for Isaac Okoro. And Isaac Okoro, in theory, is a 3-and-D player, except his three isn't very reliable. You saw with the Cavaliers, they didn't even want him on the court in the playoffs because you try to stick him in the corner, but he's so bad at catch and shoot corner threes that his defender just sags off and clogs the paint. It makes it nearly impossible for Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland to do their thing. So how is that going to play out with Josh Giddey, who is also a guard who needs to attack the paint to be effective? How is that going to play out? I don't really know. I don't see the fit. It's a case of the Bulls taking on another failed 2020 lottery pick and thinking they can redeem him somehow. They have three guys who were failed 2020 lottery picks on the roster now. Doesn't really make sense to me. Their other big move, drafting Noah Essengay, who is a project. He is extremely raw. Now, I said the same thing about Modest Buzelis when they took him, and he was way more ready to play than I think anybody anticipated. Maybe the same thing happens with Essengay, but most likely he is 2 to 3 years away from truly contributing. So the optimism amongst this fan base, I don't really see it. I think Coby White is a fine young player. I don't even know if you consider him a young player anymore. He's been in the league for what? This is year 7 now. But he's a good player. I think he's just topped out at what he's going to be. I don't see him as an all-star level player because the East is loaded, especially in the backcourt. So it's going to be really hard for him to make an all-star game. They committed to Josh Giddey this offseason, and then they did not commit to putting a team around him that really makes sense. Nikola Vucevic is still the starting center. He doesn't make sense with Josh Giddey. He's a center who needs low post touches to be effective, and he is just a bigger weakness on the defensive end as Josh Giddey is. So now you have two negatives on the defensive end sharing the court together. Doesn't really make sense. So this team, I'm predicting 39 wins for them, 39-43, 9 seed, and another play-in loss against the Miami Heat. It's inevitable. This is what we've seen for the last couple of years. I don't know why there's any optimism that this roster will be any better than it was last year. I just don't see it, guys. So sorry, Bulls fans. If you were looking for an optimistic Bulls fan, you did not find one here. Let me know in the comments what you guys expect from this team. And if you are optimistic, tell me why.